Hello everyone, I'm the Brony, and I will be reading 127 Pets by SpitFlame.
Hello everypony, the fastest mare in Equestria here. It's been roughly a few weeks since I got the coolest pet in the world, Tank. An awesome tortoise for an awesome pony like myself. Anyway, he's in Fluttershy's cottage for some, special training with the other critters that mare has. I remember how he helped me that one time. I was trapped in Ghastly Gorge, and there he was, lifting me up to my friends. I'm really grateful for that, though something has been on my mind. That place is like super dangerous, and I never really explored the whole place. So that's where this starts. I plan on exploring the caves there for a day or two. I should get ready though, bring some snacks and water. I hope Tank is okay, but now it's time to get my adventure on.
SpitFlame presents 127 Pets, based on the movie 127 Hours, a true story on actual survival. Great movie, by the way. The Scion Pegasus zoomed around the cloud house, getting ready for the big adventure. She made sure to bring a full bottle of water and a granola bar for any snacks. She trotted to the kitchen, scanning around the shelves. She quickly opened up the top ones, revealing her equipment. The space was really deep, so Rainbow stood at the bottom, blindly throwing her hooves in. Once she felt the objects she needed, she grabbed them, storing it in her trusty backpack. She made a quick check-through to see if everything was in place.
Oh, wait a minute.
She stopped her tracks, remembering something was forgotten. She stuck her hoof back in the shelf, wandering it around in there, until she felt a metal object.
Here it is.
She gave a smile, pulling out a small, single-edged knife.
Better keep it for emergencies.
She rolled her eyes at the thought. Why would the coolest mare in Equestria need knives in danger? Rainbow applied her trusty cap. It was gray and had 6/5 C written on the front. It was a gift she got at the market one time. She zipped up her bag, applying it to her back.
Yeah, I won't be seeing this place for a while, so I guess it's time to dash.
Her arrogance spoke for itself as she opened her wings. Rainbow blasted through the front door, already causing wind to rush in her face. She decided to pull off a few tricks. Licking her lips, she dramatically flew in huge circles across the sky, leaving a trail of her rainbow speed for a second. The weight of her backpack also differed as gravity affected her. She loved this part.
Man, I can't wait to see those eels' faces once I race past them.
Her thoughts entered, wondering what would happen. She sped through the white clouds, looking down on Ponyville. Around the small town were miles of land and trees. Her wings started to beat faster, wanting to increase in velocity. It was like heaven to her to be flying so high up. Even her gray cap stayed put as she dropped down. Rainbow started to get a glimpse of the rocky canyons. She put on a huge smile. Her wings beated even faster. Last time the Pegasus was there, she got her wing injured and ended up doubting her escape. That's when Tank came in, saving the day. Although Rainbow Dash learned a lesson back then, that didn't stop the daredevil from going back. After all, Danger was her middle name. Rainbow's magenta eyes locked on the horizon. Clouds swift past her as her ears began to perk. The terrain beneath her stopped being grassy and lush and started to look more rocky and dry. Rainbow looked behind her, curious to see how much speed she had obtained in those few seconds of flying. Ponyville was barely visible. With that thought in mind, she turned around, shifting her eyes. Ghastly Gorge was still the same as before. A very dim mist could be seen wandering through the bottom of the canyon. Rainbow's speed began to decrease. Her wings' flaps slowed down. In one quick motion, she landed on the terrain, sliding carefully and finally coming to a full stop. All the meanwhile, her wings were spread out, balancing herself. Rainbow shifted her head from left and right, putting her wings down. She took a breath in. The dry air felt all too familiar.
Woohoo!
She gave a loud scream. Her voice echoed through the large canyon.
I wonder what my first activity will be.
She held a hoof to her chin, thinking.
Oh, I know.
Rainbow reached out for her gray bag, slowly pulling it off her back. With one hoof, she unzipped the lower zipper. With the other, she reached in. Rainbow stuck her tongue out as her eyes drifted to the sky. She struggled for a little bit, but in one pull finally took out a piece of paper. "Here we go." She carefully read the black ink. "Land in the canyon, explore the east side, mess with the giant eagles, take a rest, yada yada yada." Rainbow finished the rest of the list with boring mumbles. She was mainly focused on the present. She plunged the paper back in the bag and zipped it up. Placing it back on her back, she spread her wings. She looked up, seeing the top of her cap blocking the sun. Her body suddenly felt warm. She stayed still for a few moments, taking it all in. Then, in an instant, Rainbow blasted her wings upward, speeding through the sky and on her way through the rocky walls of Ghastly Gorge. "I can't wait to try out my new tricks. They're gonna be so awesome!" Her mind screamed the possibilities. She officially entered the canyon walls, zigzagging from left to right. Few hills and trees stood in her way, though she easily avoided them. Rainbow began to get higher. She felt weight on her lower back, though ignored the discomfort. While she flew through the canyon, something popped in her mind, her favorite song to whistle. She instantly turned her back, head facing the opposite way she flew. "Let's see if I still have the skills," she encouraged. Rainbow then started to whistle. As she practically hummed the melody, her body flew around the hills and started to get higher. She learned from last time to never fly into another wall. Minutes flew by as she kept whistling backwards. Once she had enough, Rainbow turned around to her original flying position. As soon as her eyes opened, she saw a tree getting rapidly big. "Whoa!" she yelled, pulling off a nearly 90-degree turn. Her hind legs hit a large branch, making her go off course. "Slow down, slow down, slow down, slow down," she told herself, trying to regain control. Once the Pegasus's wings straightened, Rainbow gave a sigh of relief. That was a close one. She flew high up, looking down at the path between the rocky walls. She felt her gray cap slowly rubbing off her head. As soon as she reached her hooves up to grab it, the cap completely fell off her head, free falling into the canyon. "Hey, come back here!" Rainbow chased her gray cap, which was blown by light winds and caused it to shift directions. The speeding Pegasus drew closer to her headwear. She wore an expression of determination. In the meanwhile, Rainbow was too caught up in getting her cap to notice she was flying too dangerously low. Rainbow was too caught up in getting her cap to notice she was flying dangerously low. At the last second, she grabbed the cap with her teeth, though still kept flying down. She turned around to fly backwards again without even noticing and pulled a 90-degree turn. Rainbow whipped the cap back onto her multicolored mane. "Phew!" She gave a short breath, being glad that she saved her only headwear to protect her from the hot sun. "Did you really think you could escape?" Ah! Her little monologue was cut short as a huge dull pain hit her head. Both her wings bashed straight against the rocky surface of the canyon, causing them to go numb for the moment. An enormous rumbling sound shook the entire area. Rainbow slid her back down the tough wall. Her back started to ache. Cracks formed on the wall, and soon entire chunks of rock and boulders started to rain down the Pegasus. "Come on, wings, don't fail me now!" She started to go off course. Rainbow desperately tried to flap her wings, though that only caused sharp pains up her spine. "Oh no, avalanche!" Rainbow began to glide down to the ground while avoiding the rocks. All of a sudden, a huge weight crashed down on one of her wings, ripping her to the ground. Rainbow landed with a painful thud. She smacked face first on the dirty ground, while dust washed over the area. Rainbow gave a loud grunt. All of her forehooves were shaking. Her vision became blurred, and her mind felt like an earthquake. Seconds passed, and the loud noise of nature finally calmed. Rainbow's right legs used their elbows to support her body. As soon as she got up by an inch, a sharp pain shot through her left wing. "Gah!" she yelped, her body crashing back down. The Pegasus slowly shifted her head to meet the pain. She froze, slowly trying to sit up. Once she came to about sitting on her rump, her injured wing nearly brought her back down. "Damn it!" she swore under her breath, placing a hoof on top of the huge boulder which covered her wing. Rainbow sat in an extremely uncomfortable position, already starting to feel pains on her sides. The shocked Rainbow Dash looked straight up. All the walls seemed to close in on her, leaving a very narrow opening with a dim light coming through.
Many other smaller rocks surrounded the restrained Pegasus. A terrifying memory kicked in Rainbow's mind immediately. Oh, no, 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 no! Her head shifted from side to side, finding no light. To both her sides were like hellways. No light was on top of them, and they expanded for what seemed like miles. The rocky walls closing in on her made the fastest way out going up. She tried to move, though pains came back to her flanks. Rainbow began to breathe rapidly. With both of her hooves and all of her strength, she tried to move the boulder off her wing, though it remained still. Grr! Rainbow grunted. Come on! Come on, damn it! After minutes of pushing, she came to a rest, falling on her haunches. Her arms felt like they were burning, like the nerves in them were being stretched. Rainbow started to pant heavily. Beads of sweat shot out on her forehead. Help! Rainbow screamed to the world, hoping to get some aid. No response. For the last time, Rainbow tried to slowly get up. Her pinned wings said otherwise, bringing her back down with pain. Damn it! Stupid boulder won't budge. This time, Rainbow put both of hooves to try and lift the boulder. After minutes of trying, she gave up, collapsing on her sides with another dull pain. It's okay, Rainbow Dash. She tried to calm herself down, rubbing her head. Any second now, some pony will come by and get me out of here. Just like before.